Let's go.
This is breaking news from KSL.
Thanks for joining us. We begin with breaking news. Police have caught a person of interest in the homicide case of a Salt Lake County woman. 31-year-old Talia Benyard was found dead yesterday morning in a remote part of Tooele.
Yes, police just finished giving an update on the manhunt for her suspected killer, and that's where we find news specialist Shelby Lofton. Shelby, what did they have to say?
Dan and Debbie, Unified Police just told us that Nestor Roca Aguayo was apprehended in Fillmore around 7:30 tonight. He is the victim's ex-boyfriend, and police told us that he was actually on a bus on his way to Mexico at the time. Right now, he's being interviewed by investigators while this woman's family mourns her loss. Take a listen to what police told us just a bit ago.
I want to extend our condolences to the family. This is a difficult time for them, and you know, we're just grateful that we could bring this person into custody safely, and our detectives will be diligent in working this case continuing.
This all started last Thursday when Benward was reported missing by her family. Family members told me this morning today on the phone that they were worried when she hadn't come home from work. They said when she called her phone just rang and rang. Unified Police said they had evidence that led them to believe at the time that Benward was being held against her will by her ex, or she was deceased. So officers sent multiple search and rescue K-9 units to try and find her, and her body was found around 5 a.m. Saturday in a snowy, very wooded part of Tooele County. Police say she may have suffered blunt force trauma, and they had been looking for 24-year-old Nestor Roca Aguayo in West Valley City. Again, that is her ex-boyfriend. Last night, there was a shelter-in-place order issued in a neighborhood there, and residents were asked to stay inside, lock their doors, lock their windows. As I told you just a bit ago, he was ultimately apprehended in Fillmore on his way to Mexico. And tonight, we looked into his record. Police mentioned that he had domestic violence incidents on his record. We found multiple incidents of those, many of them involving the victim in this case. Last August, Roca Aguayo was accused of drug trafficking and reckless driving as well. Like I mentioned just a bit ago, I spoke to the victim's family earlier today, and they told me they are still trying to process her death. They told me that they were very anxious for this man to be caught. So now that we have that news, I imagine they're all together trying to process this new bit of information into this case. We also learned tonight that the victim had a child. We'll still gather details on this and bring them to you when we learn them. I'll send it back to you.
Now, very sad and tragic case there. Thanks a lot, Shelby Lofton, live for us tonight. Now, as we cover difficult topics like